see if we can get it. Oops. Hi guys, it's Chantel from 141 Design Company. We are ready to go live. We're waiting on the TV behind us to kind of click into. But this, because there it goes. All right. Oh wait, we have to mute it. How do you do that? Mute that. On the side.
Hi guys, it's Chantel
Oh.
from 141 Design
I don't know
Company.
how.
We're here.
Sorry.
We're here.
Oh.
We're challenged. Okay, we did it. I think. Hi. All right. I can't see the comments, but hello. I was wondering, can we see the comments if you move it somehow on the computer?
I don't think so.
Okay, Tori, you're going to have to go read the comments. Wait, first let me introduce you to people, and then we're going to move ourselves around so that we can see your comments because the phone is far away so we can get everything in. But first, I'm Chantel with 141 Design Company, and these are my daughters. They're obviously twins. This is Tori, and this is Shelby, and they are our shipping staff, our cutting staff. They do everything in the shop and in the warehouse. Do you want to say hello?
Hi. Hello.
They do not cross stitch, so you'll have to all encourage them to try. Right? Do you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put them on the spot. They don't want to. Okay, Tori is going. This is Tori on this side. So Tori's going to help us with holding up pieces and bringing them closer to you so that we can see. She's probably going to need to maybe if you can read the comments too,
Yeah,
and if we have any questions. We're going to try to make sure we can see your comments. I thought we'd be able to see them on the screen behind us, but I am not seeing them back there. So, I don't know how you turn on comments.
Click down.
You can try. Okay. So, and then she's also going to hold things up for you so that you can see them closer. But what we have, or we can stand up and show you too, we have an entire table full of finishes, and I've brought in, what we're going to do is these are all done by model stitchers, unless it was a previous finish that I did and just brought in so that we could talk about the backer and the board that they're on and just kind of go through and do a huge parade for you tonight. Let's get started. So do you want to check on the comments and see if there's anything? We couldn't figure out how to do comments on the screen behind us.
I don't know how. No. Hello. How do you?
It'll just pop up.
Oh.
If it pops up. There.
Merry Christmas from Virginia.
Nice. Hi,
Mary
Virginia.
Griffin.
All right. I guess.
Live chat.
Okay. We're going to just wing it. And we'll answer questions later then, I guess. But let's get started with, I feel like I'm gonna stand up because I want to start with one that I teased for you guys on Instagram this week, and that was the ladder. You can probably see it back there. I'll hide. Anyway, that was the ladder from Hobby Lobby. This particular ladder, if it's still there at Hobby Lobby, it's about $7 now. It's really very inexpensive. It was originally $24.99. I'm going to bring up the, I don't know if you can see that. You want to go show them the SKU number so that you can see what it is. But what I've done for our Hobby Lobby hack, we're calling it. Do you need something to put behind it?
I think you can see it.
Here, I'll hold this behind it.
Oh, now I'm covering it.
So that, we can read it off too. Oops, and you can see the tag on the back of that. What I did with this was I created this guy. I'm going to bring this up closer.
Oh, there.
And each one of, over on the side. Oh,
Yeah.
fabulous. Okay, your comments are just push. Hi, I've got Barbara and Deborah and Mary. Okay, great. I can see it all now. This particular item that I did on the ladder. Now I took the ladder. Tori's got it here. The original ladder is just red. I like a little distressing, so I took some sandpaper and I distressed the edges of it and then just clear coated it so that was on there. And then I hung all 4 of these adorable, and this is the one chart I forgot to find out what the name of it is. So I'm going to have to put this in the comments and I'll post it on Instagram below. But there were 4 of them and they were stitched by a model stitcher. And I think they're so cute. And let me show you what they're on. Shelby, hold these. We have a set of 5. A set of 5 wood blanks in our shop. So you can purchase these wood blanks. They're nice rectangles. They make for a great base. You can also create this using just the sticky board. But what I did was I used one, let me bring it up closer because I want to take it off. One board here in the back, and then I put the ribbon on, and then I sandwiched the ribbon that's tying it on between this and the board when I glued it together. And then I just hung it to the ladder, and I added the little greens, and there it is. So that's finish number 1 on the cute little ladder. To give you an idea, these sizes, this is the same board. And this is that board made up as an individual ornament. So the stitch on this is from Stitching with the Housewives. It is a tier tray tidbit from last year, and it's 3 by 4 is the size of that. That'll give you a scale. So these would also fit on all of those. So anything that's going to fit, but this pack of 5 are the boards that are going to fit on this ladder and in the space, so you can see the back. Or you could, like I said, you could also just use the press-on board to make that. I just thought it was a fun way and wanted to do something fun. And on the note of Hobby Lobby hack, let's do this one. This guy right here, we'll take that off the top. And this stitch is from Chrissy at Finally a Farm Girl. And I finished this on that wood pumpkin crate that was at Hobby Lobby in the fall. It had a stem, had a jute around the stem like a piece of a wood dowel, and I just cut that right off. I just added this bow, which was a prefabbed bow from Hobby Lobby. And our model stitcher stitched this chart, just the Santa Claus and the Mrs. Claus with the Christmas tree on 14 count Aida for the scale of this. And also in her chart though is this adorable little mouse couple in their little bed. And so I had her stitch that separately so I could finish it on a block so it can sit right up here on the top. And then I even picked up this little tree. I was going to put like a little Christmas scene up here, maybe some presents under the tree. So the little mice are hanging out on the top and Mr. and Mrs. Claus are down there. And it just sits up on the shelf. And I think it's so cute. Or these guys could sit off to the side. But this block is from our shop. It's a 3 by 5 block. And that's also finished on 14 count Aida. This is from Finally a Farm Girl. You can find her on Etsy. She has great charts. Oh, she also has her charts at Fat Quarter Shop now. Okay, so now we're going to have Tori pick your favorite, and we'll go with that. Which ones were your favorites?
Where are they? Here. Under there.
I thought so. Last year, in Stitch Quarterly, from Fat Quarter Shop, was a Santa and the reindeer, and then this year has been Mrs. Claus. We've added some new backers, some new display boards to the shop. They're not there yet, but they're going to be. I'm finishing some sizing, but I was anxious to share them with you and show them to you. And look at this Rudolph on this big scrolly frame. So he's stitched on 14 count opalescent, or is that what it's called? It's an Aida with that sparkle. You want to hold that up closer for them? Thanks, Tori. And I'll hold Santa. And Santa's on the same stuff.
Sparkles.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And we thought they kind of, I might put this one on white too. I'm on the fence with that. We thought they kind of look like big giant pictures that you'd find at Santa's workshop with the scroll and the fun. So our scroll frames are coming soon. And thanks, Debbie. You can kind of see your things. So those are the two new, and like I said, this is from Fat Quarter Shop, and this one's also from Fat Quarter Shop. And Mrs. Claus came out this year in the Stitch Quarterly, and you can go and pick her up now. I think I'm going to need Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
Now, I think so.
I'll see.
I'll do that one.
On the note of the scrolly frames, we also have, this actually belongs to Deborah Mosley. She's a Stitching Grammy of 17. And this chart is from Cherry Hill. It's called Baked with Love. And we did another scroll frame. And I think it turned out so cute on there. And I added a bow up at the top of the little gingerbread. And it's also on a 14 count Aida. This has Priscilla's pretty plaids in the back, and then some rickrack. Hi, Deborah, you like it? I see her comment up there, and Amy, do we have any questions? You look for questions, Tori. Okay.
Lots of very cute. Love how it
Okay.
turned out.
Oh, I see Stitches with
question.
Ethel has joined us. So let's feature one of hers. I know we have, oh, where'd he go? There, the kitty.
When will these be in the shop?
They're going to be in the shop by the end of the weekend because I'm going to do some size adjustments and make sure that I've got the right sizing and different things. This is probably about as big as it's going to go because the space in here is around 5 by 7. If we make it any bigger, this gets really huge. And these are about a 7 by 7 size. So these will be your largest. And I'm looking to make some that are a little smaller sizes. I think they're just fun and festive, and I think they could also lend themselves very well to maybe some of the small samplers that are coming out. Now, I saw Stitches by Ethel in the shop, or in the chat, so I wanted to share this one. We introduced our sled this morning, or today during the afternoon, if we could grab the
Big one?
unfinished sleds, and you hold that one up, that small size.
This one?
It has two parts to it. Nope, the other one. This one. Yep. Okay. And so it has two parts. It comes together like this, so you can paint your base of your sled and your back different. And this little kitty is one of Stitches by Ethel's designs. I think it's so cute.
Great size.
The size on this for finishing space is a 5 by 7 for the base on this one right here. This would also finish nicely for some of like the Primrose Cottage, the Kisses ones, maybe the new snowman that's coming out, some alphabets, things like that, some different just tall skinny snowmen. I think this sled would look really adorable done up in blues with a little, an ice skate on the top or mittens, different things like that for winter. So that can move us right into January and February. The sled also comes in a large size, and this is the large size. Tori will hold it up for you unfinished. And this particular chart is Joy to the World from Stitching with the Housewives. And it's got the rickrack, Priscilla, it's Chelsea's checks and some rickrack. I had a question about the rickrack earlier. This is some I have from Fat Quarter Shop. It is from the Lori Holtz. I'll bring it up so you can see that. Lori Holtz vintage trim in the aqua. I have aqua, red, and white maybe represented this evening. And then the bows with a little touch of aqua and a little Santa in the middle. And that's the large sled. The mounting space for the large sled is 8 by 10. And again, it has two pieces to make it easy for painting and layering. This is not in the shop yet, but this will also be added in over the weekend. So we have the sleds coming and the scroll frames. Now, on the note of the scroll frame, there are two more. So let's just show those. This one is from Country Cottage Needleworks, the chart. It's the December house. Obviously, there are the rest of the months available. And this has Chelsea's checks and Priscilla's pretty plaids in there. This is about a 6x6 size, 7x7 here as well. And that's the scroll. I want to get my face in there so you guys can see. Okay. Country Cottage Needleworks for these. Give you that. Are you guys seeing everything okay? Because I know we have a lot going on here. Okay. So we've done all of the scroll frames except for one more. Where did I tuck that away at? It'll turn up. It'll turn out. Okay, we're going to keep going on through the thing because then we'll talk about that one at the end. Now, for a previous finish, I thought I would bring in a couple that I had done. And on the note of the blanks, do a little more explaining about those. These are some ornaments from last year. They are by Stitching with the Housewives. And these I mounted with 2 layers of the board on the back and then the layer on the top. And I put the beads on pipe cleaner, and then I glued them in between the board and the back of this layer to kind of secure them, and then, you know, like put the greens on the top. So these hang on my tree, but the ladder was fashioned in the same way. Thought I'd bring those in for a previous finish. And another finish that we've shown this year, it was over the summer, and I've got them out now displayed in our house. And it's our Letters to Santa board. I know we have one right here. Tori will show you what it looks like unfinished. This is our Dear Santa display piece. This has one layer and then it has the lines etched in it. This piece was a stitch along that Fat Quarter Shop did over the summer. And we did this envelope style backer. It's hanging on our North Pole stand. So you can hang a lot of things on this, but we've got this particular guy hanging on it here in our house by our Christmas tree. So the chart, again, can be found at Fat Quarter Shop. Keep putting them over here. Another one that was a finish that I've already shown you, but I thought I'd show you one more time so you can see what the actual board looks like. I know sometimes it might be a little hard to find the boards in our Etsy shop, so tonight we thought if we showed you a few of them of what they look like without something on it, that might be helpful. This nativity, we had a lot of questions about. It's from Fairy Wool in the Wood. And you know what, I'm going to have you hold that up because I'm going to talk about the paint background on this one. The back of this one comes with a few pieces. You've got your base board here, and then 2 sides kind of make up the piece. Now you can tell this one was a little bigger than what fit inside here. So I just layered it right on top, and then I put some other stuff inside here just so that it rested level. So those go like this, and then it also comes with your star. On this piece right here, what I did was my Linen Technique paint finish for that blue. So I took some navy chalk paint and I took the chip brush and just went one direction with it like a dry brushing and then went across the other direction. That creates a linen look and kind of a denim texture. I can see on our TV, it's a little hard to tell in the picture, but I just thought I'd share that little video tutorial is here in the tutorial section on YouTube, but it's also in our Facebook group. It's tagged at the top in the Chantel's 141 Facebook. So this one is by Fairy Wool in the Wood. We'll move some of these out of the way here in the middle. Some of these I think you've seen, but we're going to share again. This one is A Merry Little Christmas by Bent Creek. I'll have you hold that one. And I'll hold this one. These finishes, and this is a Primrose Cottage stitch. These we finished on the barnwood. Brian is working to cut a big stack of barnwood for us now and is working on that so that we're going to be loading up more barnwood pieces here in the near future, probably over the weekend as well, so that you can pick up barnwood pieces. This is the size. They are 10 by 7, so 10 by 7. And these were done using, I thought I'd hold them both up here at the same time because I did these using the scrappy backer technique, where I took one piece of the press-on board here and another piece here and kind of sandwiched them together and then just covered the crack or the space that they with some ribbon. And that way I was able to incorporate two different fabrics into the background without just continuing to layer them on top of each other, getting thicker and thicker, you know, but we still get that nice look. And this one, it was helpful to be able to fill out the size of the board. So this is a good example of, it was a 5 by 7 board. The stitch did not fit the entire piece, but by adding this piece of fabric board at the bottom and a ribbon, it kind of created a scene so that we had a place for a few acorns, a few pine cones, and some other little decorative things. So like I said, that's from Bent Creek, and this one is from Primrose Cottage. Oh, let's keep the Primrose Cottage one because we're going to show it a different way. We also had another one come in from the same chart from Primrose Cottage, done a little different. So I thought this was a really neat example of, you can tell they're on two different fabrics. I'm going to have you hold this one and I'll hold this one. They're on two different fabrics, and apparently, is everything in there? Yeah, different count sizes. Similar thread colors, so they probably both use the same called for colors. This one I finished on our Shelby board, which is a cute, do you want to grab that one and show it? This is Shelby.
That's my favorite.
It's her favorite, yes. It's just a nice basic. She's bringing it over so you see it. But I thought show those two together. And this one is mounted on this piece. This one's mounted on.
This is
no,
Torey. That's the Torey board.
This is the Torey board?
This is the Shelby.
It's
taller.
Oh, you're taller? Sorry, it's the Torey board.
Taller.
The longest one is the Torey board. T for taller. Anyway, but it's the the longer board.
Like the bow.
And so yeah, and the bow is from our embellishments that are in. They're in like packs of 6. You get this one. You get one bow actually. This is a 3-pack. You get one bow, one wreath, and some holly. I'm going to hold this aside because I'm going to show that again later.
Okay.
And then, speaking of the Torey board, we have another one on the same board. And this one is another Primrose piece, Jolly Happy Soul. And it's on the same board, just turned this way, obviously. And then has the spot, I just put the bow on that side. And this one is by Primrose Cottage. So we have that. We'll put this over here. Another one from Primrose Cottage is this sweetheart. I've forgotten the name of it, but it is a Primrose Cottage piece. This piece is finished on our framelit. That is the, which one is this one?
Buffalo plaid. Buffalo plaid.
Buffalo plaid framelit. The buffalo plaid comes with what charm though? House?
House with a heart.
Okay, it actually comes with a house with a heart, but I put the wreath that is in that charm pack, okay? The charm pack that I'm talking about has one of these wreaths. It has one of these bows, And it also has the holly that was on the sled. Where'd that little sled go?
Up there.
Got stuff every. Oh, here it is.
The holiday
There it is.
charm pack.
It's called a holiday charm pack. And in that charm pack, you get these 3 things. So those are the embellishments: the wreath, the bow, and that holly. I used them all in the finishing this week. And this piece also comes with this frame. And then there's 4 of them actually. So you could frame this whole thing in. But this one I left them off so that the stitch would fill the spot. So the concept of the framelit is that you have a space up here that you can, either leave the frames in or leave them out, and that way you can, make it smaller or bigger. They also can be mounted this direction and could have gone the other way. But that's our framelit. Now, let's talk about Board by the Inch, shall we? Board by the Inch was a brand new release last week, and it was a lifesaver when it came to finishing a lot of these pieces this week, because we had a ton of them come in that were just big. And Board by the Inch, this is a sample of what Board by the Inch looks like. What size is this one? About 12. This is a 12-inch size. Obviously, with Board by the Inch, you're always going to have the same width of your board, and that is,
I think it's 11.
11?
Yeah.
10, I think.
Oh, maybe 10.
You would think I'd know these things off the top of my head. No, it's 9.
Measure?
9.
Oh.
9 inches wide, okay? So it's 9 inches wide, and then you're going to order the length however you want, all right? So and they come with this edge put on them, and the groove put into them. If you can see that. Go ahead and hold that up. Shelby
I did it.
bevels all those for you. I'm so proud of her. She finishes these for you. So they are pine board, and she does all this nice beveling and puts all that detail into them for you so that you've got a nice beveled edge. And now let's show you Board by the Inch in action. Grab the big one first. The really nice thing about this, and you're going to see a variety of pricing and sizes in there, is that you can order, and you can also see how thick it is. So this is one, it does have some weight to it and some heft, but it's easy to be able to put a hanger on the back, and you could get this hung on your wall, or it'll be a nice sturdy one that you could lean up against the wall. So the Christmas Rules from Primrose Cottage is a perfect candidate for putting a board onto a Board by the Inch, because you can obviously get yourself a nice long board. So any of these long ones are going to work, and you're just going to measure it out. Now, the way I've been doing it is you might want to go ahead and get your piece done. Get it done, get it measured out, get your backboards put on them. Then you'll know exactly the length that you need. You could even lay it down and draw it out if you want. Put some paper on there, measure out. This one I measured a little longer, so I purposefully added a few inches that I had space for embellishing at the top. So that is my tip for this, but if you do need assistance with helping and getting it measured out, email me. I'd be happy to help. But let's show some more examples of Board by the Inch, because even though it went vertically, it can go horizontally as well. And look at this. This was last year from Stitching with the Housewives, and it fits beautifully on Board by the Inch. I moved it down a little bit on the board to allow for some space for some greens up here at the top, and I didn't want to stick them too close to the stitch, so they're kind of up here. This was one too. I also used my scrappy backer, and I put both pieces. So I've got Chelsea's checks at the bottom, Priscilla's Pretty Plaids at the top, and some rickrack in between. And I just love how that turned out with, combining the two of them there in just one layer instead of just layering them on top of each other. So do you want to hold that for them?
Yep.
And then on another note with that one, Board by the Inch was a great candidate for Jingle Bell Cafe as well. Look at how cute they are together. What's the comment? I didn't see that. Sorry.
Gotta go up above that.
Yeah. We didn't see it. Sorry, Debbie.
It'll move up. Looks
Okay, it'll move
amazing.
up. Anyway, this is, and this one, I've got some bells at the top and some other fun things just to make that nice and festive. So, on the Jingle Bell Cafe bandwagon here, we've got some others. We also had sent in a set, I'm going to help you hold this one.
Okay.
A set of ornaments to finish up that were taken from the Jingle Bell Cafe. So this is on our tag ornament, and you can see him right down here. Here's the sleigh and the reindeer, and she just did that one little part. So I did it on the scrappy the scrappy backer thing, and put the things together, and then put him down here so that we had some fun, and then the greens and the bells. She also did the Santa face individually. Now this one is super fun because he's in a ball jar lid, and I covered the back with the Chelsea's checks and then popped him in there. The round came from Fat Quarter Shop. I'll have Tori come around to the front. And speaking of ball jar lids, then they also fit a little photo really cute, and that was just a fun way to pop a photo into it, and it kind of covers the edge. That is mounted onto the sticky board as well, but I'll have her show those. And there was one more that came from the Jingle Bell Cafe, and this little guy. So we can move Penny. All three of these, can you hold those three?
All three.
Are found in this chart. I thought that was a really great way to continue to reuse your chart and to pull. There's so many charts you could do that with. So many different things where you could pull elements out of it to make smalls. Another one on our board by the inch is this one from Country Cottage Needleworks, and it's ho 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 and away we go. And this one I kept classic. Again, I just painted the board black. It is distressed where the grooves are and all the way around the edge, and it's mounted on, this is a fabric I picked up at Joann's with just some simple greens at the bottom. Again, it's on that nice thick board so it can hang or stand. And I think you saw this one last week, but this is a great way to use board by the inch as well, and that's to create a collage. So this has all three, I'll help you hold that one up.
We have a question too. Does board by the inch come painted?
No, it does not come painted. It will come like this. It comes unfinished. Now it can be stained, painted. You could leave it natural and just put a clear coat over it, but everything we have comes unfinished. This board is also board by the inch, and it has 3 pieces here from Waxing Moon Design. And I liked being able to put all of them on almost like a scrapbook page so that they could be one image. And I want to show you another example of doing that. This is also on board by the inch, and this is from Primrose Cottage. It's the Religious Christmas Trio. And I put them all on one board as one image then, even though they were stitched individually. And then I just glued this clump of greenery and bells and whatever to the side. So this is showing you an example of using a board any size that you want to create a collage of your stitching. You could even do stitching and a photo and some stitching. Just a lot of different ways to do something like that.
Versatile. So versatile.
It is very versatile. Thank you.
This is another one of my favorites.
Tori favorite. I got another one. See, I told you it was a board by the inch theme. This is also from Primrose Cottage, and this one I painted white. It cracked a little bit. It has a few layers of different colors you can paint in there, and just one layer with a bow. And I think that might be, we've covered board by the inch. Now,
Question,
when,
Tori?
is there another question?
I think so, yeah. Types of paint.
Painting suggestions and types of paint. Chalk paints work fantastic on all of the wood pieces because they're a nice matte finish and they're very easy to distress and they will adhere to the boards really nicely. I stay away from latex paints, but craft paints at the store will work very nicely as well, like the bottles of craft paints for some of the smaller pieces. For instance, if you're doing ornaments or some of the charms and things like that, the craft paints will work. But the other thing that works really nice is spray paint. And I will pick up the chalked brand. I guess it's chalked. It's from Rust-Oleum, and it's a great product. And then they have a clear coat as well that you can put on afterwards because it's very, very flat finish. There's not a lot of colors available in the chalk style paints in the spray paint, but they are really easy to use. And if you're just using a lot of basic colors, like you can see here, I have a lot of black. And just black is great. You know, the board doesn't have to be, it's kind of there to support your finishing and your stitching has all the color and the fun and the fabric, and the board is your support piece. So that can be done in a lot of different neutrals. So it might be easy for you to pick up blacks and grays, some white in chalk paint, in spray paints, and then you've got great neutrals for your backer. The other pieces I want to show next, there were a few pieces. This one is also, this is from Scissor Tail Designs, and this I did on the barnwood piece. And again, you can see I went ahead, it's a standard size, and I just moved the piece down some and left space up here for some, you know, extras, some greens and things like that. This one also had another small that went with it. So I turned this one into a little ornament, and it's hanging on our ornament stand. This was part of our mystery box ornament collection. The stand was. The actual ornament, I've used the sticky board on both sides to build it, and then sandwiched the little thing in between, and it stands like this. Do you have another question?
Susan,
Okay.
just joining.
Just joining?
These are beautiful.
All right. Thank you. So these are, again, these were from Scissor Tail Designs. Another fun one that was on a scrap piece of wood, scrap piece of barnwood. So this is, I might have some scraps available. I don't know. I just thought I'd show you this because we had one come in, and it was, she had cut it very close to the edge. So it's not one that I would be able to fold over a board and add to it. So this actually is just mounted on here. It has interfacing ironed to the back of the cross stitch, and then I just glued it to the board. So if you want to hold that up closer for them so you can see. And, you know, it's not necessarily going to not fray or something like that around the edges, but it's also not going to be manhandled. So I think it will be just perfect this way, just on a shelf with a few greens. And it's so cute and so simple. And it just has some really stiff interfacing ironed onto the back of it and then glued onto the board with, you know, the Aleene's craft glue on just a tiny little piece. So thanks, Tori. I thought that was a really fun one, how that just kind of turned out just right. Another small, well, I think I'm looking around. We've got, oh, let me show you another barnwood piece. This is from, yes, and that one too. Then we've got two more barnwood pieces here. This is from Primrose Cottage, and it's on the barnwood piece. And this is also one from Primrose. Hello Santa. This I finished with a couple different layers, the Hello Santa. I do have denim in the background, because you know how I love the denim. And then it has a scrappy backer here in the middle layer. So this portion has been finished with the little gingham check, and then over here we've got the other, and they were, you know, like kind of spliced together. And then the Hello Santa is on, I think, I can't remember. Anyway, it's 14 count. Both of these have been done in 14 count. And they're both done on the barnwood pieces. A small, and something that has been one of my favorites. These are some great basics in our shop. Let's go over to a little bit of smalls in the shop because we've got, oh, there's what I want to talk about, that piece, that little pile right there. This is Gingerbread Kisses and Christmas Wishes. And it is just flying with glue. Tucked into our box frame just perfectly. This is a 4x6 box frame. This was, where did that?
What?
I thought I had another, anyway, it'll come back to me. Oh, the sled. The one that's with the sled, they're about the same size. So these, there's one has snowmen, and that one would fit on the sled. I just thought that was a kind of a good, to give you an idea for scale. I like to try to give you ideas for scale. But on this one, I just glued some greens on the top and that cute little gingerbread guy. And this is what the box frames look like unfinished in our shop. When we send the box frames out, we do put them together. So these are already built. However, they're not glued together. So if you want to take them back apart, you can. They come apart this way. Let's assemble one so you can see how a box frame goes together.
We have a question, Linda. What is the red plaid fabric?
The red plaid, unfortunately, it's from
This one?
Joann Fabrics. If you can get over to your Joann's and see if they have it, I would grab as much as you can because it is perfection. I love it. I had bought a bunch and then I went to go get some more and it was completely sold out. I was so sad. And I've looked for it online and I can't find it. But that's where that came from, was Joann Fabrics. And yeah, I wanted a lot of it. And
You've got a lot of it. It's not
it's on everything.
that one.
I don't have enough. You don't understand.
It's very cute. Okay.
No, I don't have enough.
Jana?
Like you would think they'd know me by now. But anyway, the box frames. Here, build the box.
Okay.
Tori's going to build a box for you. Hold it up for them to see.
Yeah, go.
So they go, that
Holes.
piece goes here.
It's hard to do not sitting down.
And then that slides in there. So if you get your box and,
Little slots.
you know, like we're putting them together and shrink wracking them built for a couple of reasons. One, because then you already know how the box frame goes together. And two, we know we've sent the correct sizes and we've, you know, that it fits. We've dry fitted it for you so that we know that you've got a box that is the right pieces, right? So if it's too loose, you might want to just take it back apart and put a little glue in to kind of glue that down. But otherwise, it might be that it's tight enough and it'll be just fine. I think our camera tilted a little bit. But that is the box frame. And it comes in a variety of sizes. This is also now available in a 5x5 size and a 4x5 size at Fat Quarter Shop, which fits the Dapper Doodads and the Tier Tray Tidbits from Stitching with the Housewives just perfectly. Another great frame that we have in our shop that is a smalls type of a frame is our freestanding frames. There are 3 of them, and they're simply called vertical. We're really, whoops, got a nice tight fit on this one. We've got a vertical, a square, and a horizontal. This is your horizontal frame, so it's more of a rectangular, and then the square comes up a little higher. Here's a great example of a finish on the horizontal frame. And if you want to hold that, I will share the details of. So it's on this particular board. You get 2 pieces. And what I did with this one was this Priscilla's Pretty Plaids in the back is actually decoupaged right onto the wood. So that's how that wood was finished. So really there's only 2 layers on here, even though we have this decorative backer right here. We've got the Chelsea's checks on this side and then the stitch in the front and some rickrack from the Lori Holt collection, the vintage trim rickrack. just on the bottom and the top. It's not on the sides on this one. But that is put on the horizontal freestanding frame. Just right. Another great one for smalls is our blocks. They come in 2 sizes. These we showed earlier, but this is the 3x5 size. These sweet little angels from, you're yelling at me, telling me what it's from, and I can't.
We can't help you.
You don't know?
No.
Do you love them though?
I do love them. Anything with glitter and sparkles.
Anything with
Secretly,
glitter and
my
sparkles.
favorite.
So anyway, they're on the 3x5 blocks, and the blocks also come as like a square. So they're nice, chunky, and they are a good basic. I just thought I'd highlight some of those to show you. Okay, we have one more thing to share that's a bigger piece that has been really fun and super popular, and that is our Tiny Town shelf sitter piece, basically. And you could put anything you want on this, but it just happens to fit perfectly for Tiny Town. And let me have Tori hold some of the base, and I'll hold this part. The insert to this shelf sitter looks like this. And the base has these pieces to it. Can you see okay? Let me get out of the way so it doesn't. There, maybe that's focusing better. Oh, you can see up there. Ooh, it's very dusty. Okay, don't forget. Dust that off. That was in the back. So this piece is the Tiny Town Christmas Tiny Town. Isn't it so cute? I used the rickrack on it. This is stitched, I think it's called Stormy Night, and it is a fabric flare, 14 count fabric. I think it's really nice for that Tiny Town stitch.
Dimensions of stitched piece, please.
On this one?
I think Kathleen asked that.
Okay. I gotta go get a measure. So talk to the lady.
Here's the base again. Clean. Shelby, you want to show your favorite? Since we've kind of looked at them all. I know, I don't know.
Where'd it go?
Can't copy mine. Oh. I don't know.
You guys have fun?
Shelby's
Yeah,
picking a
I was
favorite.
trying to pick out my favorite.
Oh yeah,
Too
pick out your
many to
favorite.
choose. This one.
Okay. This dimension on the stitch piece. The stitch piece on this is 13 inches. 13 by 3 is the stitched piece finished. 13 by 3. This is on 14 count Aida. All right. And
How old are we? 31.
they're 31. I was going to say, how old do you think they are? The fabric piece in the back is 14 by 4 for where the Priscilla's Pretty Plaids is. And the insert piece is 14 and a half by 4 and a half. So this is a great candidate as well for, I mean, it works perfect, I think, for Tiny Town. But this would be a great candidate for maybe putting some smalls together. You know, like some of the Lori Holt stitch cards, if you finish those and put all 4 of them on there. And the way they fit inside there, you can see that groove in the stand. They fit right into the shelf like this. So once you have your shelf base, you can just buy more of these inserts. They are sold separately. Do you girls stitch as well?
She's been trying to get us started.
We do not.
We do
you
not.
guys have,
I've never tried.
I want to.
There's
I
a
just-
lot I look fun and cute.
think I would go cross-eyed. I like this one though.
We'll just claim hers when she gives them away.
Yeah,
and fight over
right.
them.
None of these are mine. Oh, some of them, a couple
That's
of them
true.
are. So, well, that's the dimensions on that one, and
Early
Early
20s.
20s.
We could be 25.
Sure.
they're both single. Shelby is dating. Hi, Jared. Are you there? Jared might be watching. So she is dating. Jared is his name.
Yeah, you said we're both single.
Well, you're not married.
Oh.
Wow.
That's true.
So sorry.
Ouch. Hopefully Jared's not watching.
Oh, sorry, Jared. He's not watching. He's not watching. Anyway, but Jared,
Okay. So this is my favorite stitch.
I had brought one more thing in, I guess, to share with you. Oh, I want to talk
We
about
did the giant
the
set.
smalls. Which one? Oh, we did
You
talk about the
were
giant set, and
looking
we
for
want to
this
talk about
one.
this.
Mhm.
I brought a previous finish because this is kind of where, and these are something that girls can have someday. And they can start on these. This is how I started. And I know I've shared these with you before, but these are the Lori Holt Vintage Christmas ornaments. And it was the first thing that I stitched when I started stitching again in 2020. And I know I've shown them last year, but I thought I'd grab them off the tree again while they're out. I did them on the 10 count, and I followed Lori's instructions on making them into the little pillows. I even made the little pillows to go inside. The 10 count is a really nice size for this one if you're adding those buttons, because the buttons fit perfectly on the 10 count. I love that tree and the little mitten. And thanks, guys. Oh, Birds of a Feather. Thank you, Beth. I see your comment. The angels are from Birds of a Feather. Beth is probably terrified that they're never going to get back to her, because the little house and the candy canes and the Santa stocking, snowman, the bell, and ornament. So these were super fun. I had such a good time. Obviously, that kind of started it all, and then I kind of dove in, and I'm here. I'm here for it now, guys. I'm here for the stitching.
She's here. She's been here.
Okay. Anyway, and this year I know I've talked about plans and the things that I have coming up. We do have some exciting new pieces that are coming very soon. That's why Shelby and Torey are both here now working full time, because we've got some mass production type things coming up in the near future, and news for all of you very soon. We'll be sharing that. But I've also been kind of venturing into the sampler arena, and that's where some of that scroll inspiration is coming from. And right now we have a mystery box that is available for pre-purchase. The ornaments were the last mystery box we just did, and if you missed out on those, we'll do another one, and some of the ornaments are still available for purchasing in our shop. But what it is we have a box that you pre-purchase on our Etsy shop, and I'm going to sit down. You pre-purchase on our Etsy shop, and that one had 10 ornaments in it, and the new one is a smalls exchange box, and so it will have 6 small frames in there, and one of them is going to be this. And well, maybe we'll stand back up. You can hold it. It's going to be this scroll frame that is a great item for a small. Okay, it's a 5x7. This is one that I fully finished, so you can see it on there. This is a stitch from Teresa Koget. Now, my concept with the smalls box is that this is going to give you some great items to have in your stash and be ready for gift giving, or even if you want to hang on to it for yourself, but for gift giving in 2023. So you've got some things that you can start already maybe finding a stitch for and putting it on there. And it is available now to pre-purchase in the shop. It's $38.95. It is a mystery, except now you know that this is one of them. And the rest 5 will be a mystery. There'll be new ones. And it will be available to purchase until January 11th, and they will ship out, I believe, on the 22nd of January. All 3 of us are going to the Annabella's retreat to work. So both of the girls are coming with me, so we can get them to stitch thin on the weekend.
Oh, yes. Peer pressure. Start the addiction.
You can see they're really excited about that. Anyway, So we'll all three be at the Annabella's retreat the first part of January, and then when we get back, I left ourselves like a couple week window there, so we can get all the boxes packed and shipped and out the door. Once the frames hit the people or hit you guys, then I will share what all the frames are, and then in the month of February we'll focus on, sharing lots of examples and fun things that are done with the smalls. I think that's about it, unless do you guys have any other questions? Any questions for me or questions for the girls here tonight? And
On the ladder. Love
oh
the
yeah,
ladder.
oh that's what they are from. Okay, they're from Angela Convica's Finishes on the Ladder. Okay, I didn't look those up, and thank you, Peppa. Thank you so much. Hi, Helen. Thank you so much. We see Helen. She's saying it's kind of fun.
Which
I appreciate
twin
guys.
is older? Me, Shelby is 22 minutes.
Yes, they were named alphabetically. They are mirror image twins, is what they are. So.
Yes.
That means that they're identical, but they have different characteristics. Like, for instance, Torey is left-handed and Shelby is right-handed. When their teeth came in, they got the same teeth on the same day, but Torey got the left side and Shelby's came in on the right side. What else is different about you guys, left and right-wise?
I think that was it.
That's pretty much the main...
Our eyesight.
Your eyesight is exactly the same.
Now
too.
it is. When we were younger, my left would be worse and her right would be worse than the other eye.
Yeah. But now their eyesight, they both wear contacts and their eyesight is exactly the same. So they go into the eye doctor together, and the eye doctor, what happened last time? They said he asked for their glasses and she said her twin was wearing them.
Oh yeah, we wear the same glasses because mine need an update.
Yeah. Anyway, so some fun facts about them. But thanks
Mary
so much,
Griffin
guys.
has
Mary
mirror-image
has
twins.
mirror image twins.
Cool.
Isn't it interesting, the whole mirror image thing? It's fun. So they also design T-shirts, so you might see some things coming from them. And their business name is called Mirror Image.
Yep.
So yeah, they were born in 1991, which the year even mirror imaged itself. So we thought that was cool too. And glad to see you girls, Renee says. And yes.
I'm sure we'll be stitching soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. You have the mystery box in order, Luann. Love the small scroll frame. Great. I love that. Love the scroll frame is so cute. I've ordered a lot of the smalls samplers and things, and some of the Blackbird designs. I'm kind of eyeing some of the designs that are inside those books for pulling out, like, just a flower set and things like that to put on some of these. I think that could be really precious in the next year. And then a lot of the great cutesy things too. I like it both. I like both right now. I kind of all over the place, but I'm expanding this year. So, and Marcy ordered the mystery box. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. And we've got, did you guys like the live format? Does that work okay for you? I knew I had a lot to share, so I just thought we'd just do it live and rip the Band-Aid off and go for it. So, can we turn the thing off of the thing?
Would unmute it. Chantel, do you have to draw the design and then program it into your machine?
What we do is a lot of the designs are like SVG files that I can pick up. Like, for instance, the scroll frames. They are designs that are already there. We're just sizing them for us. So a lot of that work is more finding the ones that I find are great that we're gonna like. And so that's what's been so helpful about the model stitchers, getting charts finished and into me so that I can play with them and see this could be fun and let's do this and kind of, go from there. And then other designs we do from scratch. There's different things. My husband is very gifted woodworker. He does some pretty crazy things. He is the talent, the real talent in 141 Design Company. Right now, he is finishing, and I will share photos of this on my Instagram, But what he has done is he has a client who brought in a Chris Craft boat, you know, like the real boat, the wood Chris Craft boat. They cut it in half, and he's turning each half into a freestanding bar. So he's completely customized the inside with wine racks and refrigerator and drawers and everything, and then finished the outside of it and made a counter. And the boat halves will go to auction, and I'll share pictures with you guys, but it's really, really cool. So that's what he does, and he's also very gifted with being able to design things for us. So he'll help with some of the designs, and yeah, I'll draw some ideas up, and then he does those. If you guys have recommendations, you know, let me know. Like, I'm looking for this. We can, or if you have a chart that you're having trouble with, you know, send it.
Someone has to see this again.
Okay, the ladder. Maybe carry it around to the front there.
What's that? It's tall.
Like the Nutcracker.
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah.
But even if you didn't, I know someone said the ladders are sold out in a lot of spots now, but I saw there were like 6 of them in my Hobby Lobby still. But if you didn't want to use it for Christmas, get it anyway, because you could paint it like a different color and you could paint it pink, and we could have spring things on it. Easter could go on it. Just paint it black, and then you can take your things on and off of it as you go, especially if you're just going to tie them. I did not put those on permanently so that they can come off and it can be reused. But it could also go on the wall and you can hang it. We do have a couple other options in our shop that do this same type of idea. The home pieces that are here behind us, those are tiles that are sold in the shop, and they have a square finish. So for instance, a lot of these square finishes that you saw tonight could fit inside that tile. We've got one over here too. But it could fit inside that tile as well. And you could, you know, like do something on a ladder, a bigger ladder in your house. And that actually has tabs on it for the lace, so you don't have to glue it behind the thing. But that's in our Etsy shop as well. I think you can see it in the picture. But it's, you know, it's a great size square. Even some of the barn stars and things that are being stitched would look really pretty on that. You could do that. The barn star would make a great O for that, for doing a home configuration as well. So are the freestanding pieces too small for the Hometown Holidays? Hometown Holidays is going to go on, I didn't bring it in here. I'm putting my Hometown Holidays in these frames that are the box frames. I will be finishing, I have one done, and I'll have the schoolhouse done by the end of the weekend. So next week I will fully finish it, and I will share with you how that's coming together. I talked about it a little bit this morning. Would you run out to the shop and get the one I just painted in the display booth? It was in the paint booth. It was black.
What is it?
It's a 6x8. Today, during the 2 o'clock live stream, let me grab mine. I have the firehouse done for the Hometown Holiday series. And I'm going to put this into the box frame that is a 6x8. The frames that look like this, but it's a 6x8 size. This, I have my press-on board already cut in 6x8. This will be the back piece. And this is a 5x7 piece. And that's going to be, let me double check that. Yes. This is a 5x7 piece, and that's what this is going to be put on. Thanks, Tori. This is why it's helpful to have them. And this is the piece, I've got it just sprayed black. And you can see the back piece, and I'm going to put, you know, that's why I wanted so much of that fabric. because I have some, but I'm not going to get all of mine done. I'll probably get 3 done this year. And I'll use that fabric. So I'm going to put that fabric on that back piece, and then the smaller piece is going to mount. Let me just show you. There. Can you see that? So it'll be in there like this, and then these will just sit in on my shelf. I just think that they're kind of neat. These come in a variety of sizes, 6 by 8, 8 by 8, 10 by 10, 4 by 6. So the houses are going to fit in here. The scenes from Hometown Holiday are going to fit in here in a variety of ways. The Big City Christmas is also going to fit in here. This is a little big for Big City, I think, the smaller version. But there's a lot of variety for these box frames, so we can do a whole episode on the box frames because they're very, very versatile. And they really just kind of showcase your stitching without taking away from it. And I just think this is going to end up being really precious. I had a lot of ideas. This took me a while to figure out how I wanted to get this series going because I do have them all and I want to get them, add to them as I go. And this is what I decided on for my finish so that I knew I'd always have it and I could keep building and then put bottle brush trees along as we go. So, can you give, I can't quite see that, Gwen. Do you want the number for the ladder from Hobby Lobby? Let's try doing this. If we just turn the...
Oh, there you go. Duh.
Okay. We have the mute on. We have the TV on behind you so we can see the letters, see the questions. The number, can you read that? Because I don't have my glasses on. They
Which
want
number am I reading?
the HL number.
918345.
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
Did you guys get that? Okay. Do you put the cross stitch directly on the sticky board? What fabric are you cross stitching those on? I don't put it directly on the sticky board. What I do is I like batting. I put my fabric on the sticky board and then I put batting as a layer underneath my stitch just because I like the puffiness. Otherwise you could put it right on there. Now I cheat. All right, tell nobody. I don't know if it's a cheat or not or if I'm not allowed to do this, but just between you and me and these 2 guys, what I do, and all the rest of you, all the rest of y'all, all y'all, whatever, I take this off, I put batting down, then I take basting spray and I spray it a little bit with the basting spray so it's a little tacky, sticky. Then I stick this on it because the stickiness kind of helps me push it into place. What do you...
Yawning. I'm not bored.
I'm so boring.
Keep going.
But the basting spray helps it like stay in place for me. So I don't know if it's cheating or not. I mean, the basting spray is acid free, so I think it's fine. But that's how I do it. So I put batting. You can kind of see on this one, it's puffy. So that's it. And then what was the other question? I missed it.
What are you saying about?
Oh, what I'm stitching on. These are on 25 count Lagana Beautiful Beige. Beautiful Beige. I have them all over. Oh, we forgot one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we forgot to finish. Okay, wait. I think I might have shown this to you already, but this particular finish was done this season as well. It is on a little box size tall shelf sitter. It has a little tray here in the bottom, and I made these little jars from the ball jar. That's where those lids came from. And I just wrapped some, ribbon around it and stuck some greens on there. And then they go in here. Now, this stitch along, this cross stitch piece is from Shannon Christine. It's called Hot Cocoa Bar or Old Fashioned Cocoa. Old Fashioned, I think is what it is. Anyway, it's Shannon Christine. And a model stitcher did stitch this for me so that we could get it done up on this display because Nicole Spohr did an entire stitch along with this. So I know a lot of you guys already stitched it, and she asked if we could come up with a board for it for the back. Let me take these out so I can show you a little more detail. And maybe you've already seen it, but bottom of it, so it's freestanding, and the bottom of it looks like that. The back is like this, so it has a little bump here, and that's where you can see the bow that I put on the back. But on the description box in this video, I will add Nicole's link to her video on putting this together, because hers, I wanted to remake it. I mean, hers was so cool. She did a cool technique. I'd not seen this done. It's brilliant. She put a layer underneath here and raised it up so that she could stick stuff between the stitch and the back, and it's like popping up out of the top. It was awesome. It's awesome. So you want to go over and watch Nicole's finish on this piece for sure. And you're going to want to know how to put that piece together. I guarantee you're going to want to know how to put that piece together for the future. That's my only hint I'm going to give you.
Someone asked which batting do you use?
Just some batting from like quilting, real thin, just leftover that I have. Are your hometown holidays on 25? They are on 25 count Lugana, beautiful beige. Oh, did I say 28? No, it's shoot. Let me grab them. Okay, that's what I was getting out. Oh, 25. I hung on to it. Mushroom. Oh my gosh, I'm saying things all wrong. This is what it's on. Mushroom. 25. If you were here earlier today, I'm so sorry. I'm saying this all wrong. So yes, that's why I need to get my book going. But I have this vintage paint display thing there, and so I've got the collection, and I've got some extra ones cut, and I have all of the charts to this in here, just waiting. So this drawer has been dedicated to just these guys. And I've also now added Big City Christmas is in there as well now, because I've got those coming, and I'll probably do those because I think they go with this. They look, I mean, I want to put them together by themselves, but see, they used that fabric from Joann's. That's why it's all gone. It was too popular. So those are what's next. And we have other questions, or
How much fabric did you get for all of them?
oh, I didn't really measure it out. I'm gonna need to get more. I don't have enough. I started with a fat quarter, but I know I'm gonna need more but there's so many. I figured it's gonna take me a while to do it. I might just order a whole bunch so I have it. I know you can get it. I got it from my local L&S Stitches and Things, but I think you could probably get it at Fat Quarter Shop as well. The piece that I stitched this on is 11 by 8.5 is how big I used. So I had a couple inches for my borders. I'm using called for colors. I am pulling a little bit from my stash just because I have a ton and I need to start using it up.
See you girls in Florida.
Oh, yes.
Yay. Can't wait. We're freezing. Yeah. It's snowing.
It's cold. It's cold. All right. Yeah, that's Vicki. I'll introduce yourself, Vicki.
Hi, Nikki.
And if you have any suggestions for them on what they should start to their first stitch,
Beginner, simple.
beginner stitching, something basic. I mean, everything is, I think, beginner friendly. You could do any of these things if you just got started. Even these ornaments. The Lori Holt stuff is really cute to do. So, anywho. Well, that's our show for you this evening. And that's our Christmas episode with as many finishes as I could bring. I do have more. I do have some more ornaments to share and different things like that. And I'll be sharing those on Instagram. So go ahead and follow on Instagram. It's Chantel's141. And I'll keep posting. If you have any further questions, start with the Lori Holt stitch cards, Tricia says. They are cute. And of course, fun fact, I have them all. I'm in the club. So
Shocker.
They know me well, guys. So it was a pleasure to meet all you. You're welcome. It's good to have you in here,
Thank
Ethel.
you.
Yep, thank you. and Merry Christmas
Christmas.
to you all. Should they come back? Should we get
was
them to
fun.
stitch and have them come back? Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Just chatting with the folks. It's helpful. So we'll get them stitching, and that'll be the 2023 goal of the year. But we'll see. Mercy said yes. So
yes. Thank goodness.
love the show. Oh, nap time stitcher. Hi. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye. All right, we'll sign off. If you want to go hit that X
Okay.
up there because we have a clicker. And
Yes, come back.
yes, come back. They will. The other side. Bye, guys. And then hit end.
And